Hello, and welcome to my 30-day update on my 75 hard challenge. So if you haven't watched it yet, I would watch my first video. I'll put the link here about the 75 hard challenge, what it is, what it means, all of that kind of stuff. Much halfway now. I'm on day 31 today. So day 38, I believe, is the halfway point, which is crazy to me. In some ways, it feels like time has just flown by. In other ways, I'm like, is it over yet? So yeah, I thought it would be good to do about a halfway update and let you know how it's been going for me, what I've been enjoying, what I haven't been enjoying, and some kind of like surprising updates so far of things I didn't even think would be a thing. I would say like the first couple weeks were really good. Yeah, the past 3 weeks have been really good. Just getting into a routine. I did try some of the habits like beforehand. So some of the habits had already been kind of formed, so it didn't feel as hard as I thought it would be just because I had practiced before. And if you're trying to do it, I would probably recommend doing that ahead of time, especially some of the things you think would be more challenging. Because we're also in COVID quarantine season and staying at home as much as possible, I'm finding the diet piece not to be as hard as I thought in some ways. Just because I'm not going out for dinners, not going out for social activities as much. So I find if I have everything prepped like during the week or have some meals prepped ahead of time, it's really not that difficult at all. Another thing on the diet front that I found very fascinating is I've been counting my calories using Lose It, which is kind of like MyFitnessPal. For the first little bit, I was very hungry, but towards like last week, I could not get enough calories. Like I was probably like 1,000 to 1,100 calories, and I'd have to like force myself to eat something because yeah, I don't want to be malnourished or not eating enough, especially with the amount of working out I'm doing. So yeah, that was something that was kind of surprising. I'm also kind of trying the intermittent fasting thing. So I've been eating my first meal at around 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and then my last meal around 7 or 8 if I'm really pushing it, but usually between 6 and 7. I'm not really craving anything or like missing anything, so that was like shocking. And I've been eating 2 meals and like 1 snack, and so in those ways I'm finding it's fairly easy to hit my calorie count that I want to hit, and still feel full and still feel nourished. I get a little bit of a hunger pain when I first get my go to my class. But what I do is I have like a massive water bottle. I fill it up with some lemon, and I've made this concoction of like sea salts and this other type of salt. I'll have to look up what it's called. I'll share it in the link below. I kind of made my own electrolyte powder basically, and I mix that with lemon and lime juice. And I chug that when I get to the gym, and that like curbs my hunger immediately. I do also have a couple cups of coffee when I get home, so between like 8 and 10 I'll have a couple cups of coffee with a bit of oat milk. So if you're doing intermittent fasting like by the book, they say no calories whatsoever, so that would technically be cheating, but I just put a splash of oat milk in. I can't drink coffee black. You know me, I'm a foodie. I love eating, sometimes not so healthy things or some things that are processed, but I've been really trying to not have processed foods and no real added sugars. I am putting a little bit of maple syrup and like coconut sugar in a couple of the things that I've been eating, but I haven't been like eating sweets or eating like dessert or anything like that, and I'm not really craving it at all. So that's like a huge bonus. Reading the book, I'm finding, so I read Attached, which I really enjoyed. I read When by Daniel Pink, which was pretty good. I'm on another Daniel Pink book right now that I'm kind of like, meh, I'm not really into as much. It's about sales. So I'm thinking of probably going to the library and getting a few more books that I'm like more excited by. And I've been reading in the past week, like right before bed, and I also don't suggest that just because the content's like, you're reading like nonfiction, self-help style books. So like when you're drifting off to sleep, you want something like pretty, I don't know. I feel like fiction or something more gentle. So I'm gonna try and switch that and try and read on my lunch break or like right after work. So that's the reading update. It's been going fairly well. I mean, it's 10 pages, so it goes by pretty quickly. And yeah, I don't find that piece to be that difficult. What's next? Water drinking. Oh my goodness. I love doing this. This is my favorite part of the challenge so far. Yesterday I drank 5 of these. I know you have to be very careful with your water consumption. You don't want to drink too much. So yeah, never more than 5. But like, I don't know, I love it. I keep Brene in the fridge so it's nice and cold. And it's so easy to drink. I'm really like adamant on at least drinking 1 liter before my coffee, if not 2, sometimes just 1.5. And that makes a huge difference too because I don't feel jittery or anything. So the water piece is like, I could easily do that. I did have one day on the weekend off the grid and didn't really have a place to like fill up my water bottle, and that was a little bit hard. And also when you're traveling, you don't want to like stop every little bit to go to the bathroom. I do find I'm going to the bathroom like quite a bit. That's a little difficult, but other than that, I mean, I work at home. I'm not moving around that much. And oh, I guess, okay, sorry. We have to go back to the eating piece for a second. So eating has been fine. No drinking has been a little bit difficult. Again, not because I'm not really, I don't miss drinking. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm kind of happy for the break. I was hitting the quarantinis a bit hard in the spring, as you know. I was finding I was just kind of drinking just for the sake of drinking, not like as a special treat or anything like that, which I think is more how I want to become, is just like a special occasion drinker. For me, it's just like thinking forward to some of the holidays. So we have Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. I'm gonna stay here, so that one won't be too difficult, but Halloween's coming up, and like, it's probably one of my favorite holidays of the year, and I'm planning to do something like really, really small and COVID friendly. That piece is hard, and I think the things I'm struggling with more are probably more COVID related than they are this challenge, but like, yeah, I'm struggling to think of like not being able to have like dinner parties or having a couple drinks out. So yeah, the drinking piece I think is probably being the more difficult one. And that was something that's just kind of come up this week as I've started thinking about like holiday plans. Progress shots. So I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm honest. I didn't take a progress shot last Sunday. So like day 28 or something, I forgot. I just completely forgot. I had a crazy day. We were going out on a hike and like I had to change my classes around and change up my routine. Everything kind of got like moved around. And yeah, I went to bed. I woke up like 5 the next morning and was like, I forgot to take a photo. Now, if you follow the like 75 hard, die hard, like the way they started it, if you listen to the podcast, they say like, if you forget one thing or you don't do one thing, you have to start over. And I am not gonna lie, I think that's what kind of like threw me off this week and was making me feel really like, I was just having a hard week. And that was because of this stupid photo. Something that would take like a minute to do, and probably out of all of the challenges, I mean, it's good and I'm seeing progress and it's helpful that way, but like I'm not seeing a ton of progress. I was at the very beginning, and I think that's because I lost like the bloat from like drinking and sugar, and I fit into these pair of jeans I wasn't fitting into earlier in the summer. So like obviously that was great, and my clothes are feeling a lot better. So, but like the photos themselves, I'm like, sometimes I notice a difference, sometimes I don't. So anyways, I was so hard on myself. I was like, do I start over? There's no way I'm gonna start over. If I start over, I'm going over Christmas, and like that's just not gonna happen. And then I went back to my why, and my why is that I want to get into like sustainable long-term health habits, and these are all really good habits. And honestly, the photo one is kind of like a bonus for me, but it's not. I'm not going to continue that piece after this is over. Like that one I'm not that like fazed by. But it was really hard. I'm like a super internal critic, and I want to do everything right. I want to do everything well. And like my board on the wall now has 1- check, and it's just like, it's all I look at when I stare at that checkbox thing. So I think this is something I'm gonna have to like really work on, because like I said, this wasn't why I decided to do the challenge, and I still feel like I'm succeeding and I'm doing well, so I'm going to continue on with it. And then I also added on working on my business every day. That one's definitely challenging, but I'm feeling like really good because I'm making a lot of progress on things that I haven't been working on for a while. Some days though, I'm finding like it's really hard to like get motivated before work to work on it. So some days I'll like work after work. Today, for instance, I'm meeting up with my boyfriend like in 20 minutes, and like I knew I had to put in the 45 minutes, so I'm doing it right now, and now I'm gonna be running late to meet him. And so, but yeah, the 45-minute things are the harder ones for sure, because it's like you really do have to schedule them into your day. So last Sunday, I was going out all day. I knew I was leaving at like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and I had to like pack a picnic and pack all my food and like pack hiking gear, and I didn't know when I would be home that night. So I literally woke up at 6, did my 45 minutes on my blog, then I went for my indoor workout, did some yoga, got back, rushed to get ready, read my 10 pages. I literally did everything beforehand so that I would just like relax and enjoy my day. And so that was like, that was an intense day. I was like done by the end of the day. And today's kind of feeling similar. Like I was supposed to work on my business stuff before work today, and I was just like really not feeling it. So I decided to start work earlier, and then I was gonna work on it like right after work, and I was still tired. So I like did a bunch of other stuff. And so now I'm like, okay, I have to do it or else like I'm not gonna get it done. So that's been hard, like the scheduling piece. I've heard from a lot of people that have done this challenge before, like the scheduling piece is the most important part. Like look ahead of your week, figure out any plans you have, any like social activities or things that are gonna kind of like change your routine from what they usually are. Like how are you gonna schedule everything else in and like work around that? So yeah, that's what I find the most difficult. And then going to the workout piece, which I believe is the last one, I think because I'm doing this oxygen fitness class stuff, it's making it a lot easier. And the reason being because I have to like schedule it ahead of time. There's an app on your phone, you have to like schedule it, and if you cancel it within 8 hours, you don't pay. But if you cancel it after that, you get charged for the class. And so it's kind of like an accountability piece. And then that gets one work out of the way. And then I try and go for a walk at lunch if I can. And so again, I get that done early on. I will say as an aside, I know we're in times where it's really difficult to work out. Some people have different comfort levels about going to a gym right now. I've made the decision personally to go to Oxygen. Reason being, they've done everything they can to make it safe. I go early and leave the last person, and I set up the very corner of the studio, so I'm like away from everyone as much as possible. And we have to wear masks, and we have our like socially distanced. there's a lot of things that the owner and the staff have done to keep it safe. That being said, like, I also know that it is a risk, and so I'm monitoring that day by day and seeing if it works for me and like how I feel with everything. So you also know that it is a risk, and so I do want to say that that everyone has to judge their own situation and obviously be as safe as possible. I also find that that social aspect is really important, and for my mental health and sanity, if I were doing both workouts at home or like one outside and one inside, it would be really hard for me. It is a social thing for me for sure. So yeah, that's the working out piece. I'm not finding that one that difficult, but like, I mean, there's days for sure. The past few days I've been really tired. I think it's the light is now getting, like, we're losing sun earlier in the evening and later in the morning, and that's really affecting my energy levels. So I've been really tired. I've been really in my head. And then like, yeah, the past couple days in class, like teachers are great, the classes are amazing, but you know, you just have those days where you just don't feel like you got it. You don't feel like you have that energy. You don't feel like you're there in your head. I was like thinking about other things through the whole class for like a few days. And it was a real struggle because I like do really enjoy going, but I was feeling like I was hitting a bit of a plateau. And then this morning I took an yoga class. I don't know what it was, whether it was her teaching and the class and the music, or just like me like just kind of shifting, but it just like hit this like breakthrough point, which was so amazing. So it's been 70 days of going now, and I didn't used to be able to do the like standing splits at all. I have really tight hamstrings, and so I'd get like shooting pain and like shin splints. And today, like, I was just like, holy crap, like my legs like right up in the air, I'm doing it. And I just felt like super strong, bendy, and like just really focused on like pushing myself to the like limit that I wanted to hit. And it just felt so good. So I was really happy. I was like, okay, I'm back in the game. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have good days and bad days. So I have about 30, I don't even really want to count, 35 days left, 37 days left. It's gonna be hard, definitely, as we like progress into the fall and holidays hit. So I should be done November 21st, which will be like right before Christmas. So that'll be good, but like, yeah, I'm going to have to adjust to like Halloween and all these other activities that I want to do. Yeah, just being like, okay, I gotta make sure I do my 5 things. But I've got so much support around me, from my friends and my family to like everyone watching this and on my Instagram. It's been incredible. So thank you so much. Thank you for following along, and I'm really curious, like, if you've done the challenge before, or like if you're curious about doing the challenge. If you have any questions, not that I know much at this point, but I could give you some tips on things that I'm like, yeah, I'm finding are working for me personally. I'm so impressed with the people who do it that have like kids or like really busy lifestyles. Like I have a busy lifestyle, don't get me wrong, but I think when you throw like other family members in the mix and like having to plan around their schedules too, it definitely gets more difficult. So yeah, kudos to you guys. And yeah, I'll do one more update on day 75 if I make it. And I just know that even if I don't make it, I'm like really happy with the outcomes, and I'm really interested to see how I feel in another 37 days. Hello. I just thought I would share. It's not all lovely-dovey doing this 75 hard challenge. It is just downpouring. It's Thanksgiving Day. I'm about to go for dinner tonight. I already did my yoga this morning, but I had to do my outdoor activity. So I'm going for a walk in the pouring rain. I'm gonna have to run home, get ready, and go to this dinner. And this was, I mean, honestly, if it weren't for this challenge, there'd be no way I'd be going outside for a walk right now. But you know what? You gotta get her done. And I do feel good. I feel like I can eat all the Thanksgiving food now because I've gotten my 2 workouts in. Hello, it's day 42 today. I thought I'd just come on here. It's Sunday morning and I've been watching my video from literally like 10 days ago and laughing because I feel like I'm in such a different place 10 days later that I feel like I need to give a little bit more of an update because it just doesn't feel genuine anymore. And I guess that's the beauty of this challenge, is that every day feels new. So I am not feeling great. Haven't felt great for the past few days. I have a really sore throat. It kind of started yesterday, but I'm feeling it still today. And I had to cancel my oxygen classes just so I make sure that I'm not contagious or I don't have anything serious. I don't think I do. I don't have any other symptoms, but you know, gotta keep it safe. It's that time of year. Well, it's that time of, we're in a pandemic. So yeah, so I'm having to adjust my stuff today. I don't even know if I'll be able to go outside because, again, I don't know how. I feel fine, but I'm gonna meet with a doctor and see what they recommend. I do have a patio though, so I might just do some stretches out on my patio and then just like, yeah, take it really, really easy today. I think my workouts might be literally like stretching on a mat, which is still a workout. I'm gonna count it as that. And I'm feeling the effects of like just being, I'm so hard on myself. I've always been so hard on myself. I've been my own worst critic. And so I think the challenge in the next few days is really just reminding myself of my why. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? And it was to create long health habits, get into some really, really good health habits, which I feel like I've been doing. And I could literally end this challenge today and feel like I've accomplished something. But I'm gonna keep going as much as I can. Obviously, like if I get really sick, I'm gonna stop. I don't feel really sick at all right now, apart from my sore throat. Do I feel like I'm defeating myself a little bit? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do. And it's stupid. It's because I made this like little thing with myself that I have to go to yoga every day for 100 days and like I have to do it this way. But that's the thing with this challenge, is you can do it. You can do any type of workout, inside or outside. You can do any type of diet as long as you're following it. You can drink your water whenever you want to drink your water. There's no like time or place, or like they don't make it that strict, knowing that like you're doing this for a long period of time and you're trying to create lasting change. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and say like the last few days have been really, 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 really hard. I'm done. I'm like feeling so done with this. I'm done with COVID is what it is. I'm just done with COVID. I just want to live my life the way I normally lived it. So what I'm doing today to shift my attitude is I'm listing all the benefits of COVID and all the benefits of doing this challenge and all the things that the whys, like the good things. There's always good things. Just off the top of my head, like I've shifted jobs, and it's been so amazing, and it wouldn't have happened if COVID didn't happen. I'm working from home, which, although it has its challenges, it's been so nice to not have to worry about commuting and spending money on transportation and just that time. I'm so creative. I've started this YouTube channel. I started an online course, 2 things that who knows if I would have been able to do if that time wasn't there. So yeah, I'm gonna make a list today of all the things, and hopefully my sore throat will go away and it's just some sort of weird sore throat thing.